Good morning, y'all. So, I gotta tell you about my weekend. So, this weekend, I left to go out of town to go and visit a family member, and I had an awesome time with the family member. And like I said, I'm going through my healing journey, and so I'm doing whatever makes me feel good, and being around family makes me feel good. So, I went and spent the day with one of my siblings or whatever, and had a great time. And then I got ready to leave. Well, I did leave. When I got on the road to head back home, I started having car trouble. And so my first instinct was to panic because I'm like, oh man, I'm out of town. My car is acting up. I got my kids with me, well, my young men with me. And now the car is tripping. So, like I said, the first instinct was to panic and look at it in a bad way, because that's what we all do when a situation happens with our car. We think the worst. And so I get out to see what's going on with the car or whatever, to see if I could see anything that's, gonna stick out to the eye that I could see as a problem, a easy fix or something like that or whatever. And so I go to the hood of the car and I can't see what's causing the problem, but there's definitely something going on with the car that makes me not want to continue driving the car. But at this point, I'm in the middle of nowhere with nothing around me, and I'm like, at least, let me try to get to somewhere that I can, and the car is moving. So the car not totally broke down. It's still able to drive or whatever, but it's something going on with the car that I feel like I shouldn't keep driving at this moment. But it all at the same time, I still need to get to a place where there's things around me in case I need something, like a room, like a gas station or something like that. I just need to be somewhere that I can access something if push comes to shove. So where we had pulled off at, there was really nothing there. We pulled off into this old gas station that's closed down or whatever. And so, like I said, the car is still moving. It's just something going on with the car. So I put my thinking cap on. I called my sister and had her ask her husband, my brother-in-law, what could be the problem with the car. I let him listen to the sound or whatever. And so he said it could be one or two things or whatever. So I said, all right. So I Googled those things that he said it might be to see if the car is a total loss, or, I just do what I do, because I do have a little knowledge about cars and stuff. And so when I'm not sure about something, I know how to Google and call people and ask them, because I'm not no expert. So I'm going to go see how serious the problem is before I continue, doing something to the car and further mess it up even more. So talk to him, and he says that it could be one of the two things or whatever. And so I Google it, and it tells me what could possibly happen if you continue to drive the vehicle. So, okay, I do all of that. But my first instinct was to panic, but then I didn't stay in that place too long. Then I put on my thinking cap and started to see what resources I had to make the situation a little bit better before I totally freak out, because the car is still cranking, the car is still moving. It's just something's going on with this car. But, and I'm going to tell you how this ties into the narc situation too, because every time this man discards me or he leaves, we break up, whatever you want to call it, something always happens to my car. Not saying that he's touching my car and doing things literally, but this is the same cycle every single time. Every time he leaves, something goes on with my car, whether it be an alternator, some tires, or whatever. Something on my car always breaks down. And I don't believe that he's under there doing little trickery stuff with my car or whatever, but I do believe that he be praying for my downfall on my car, because I'm telling you, every time it never fails. That's why I didn't stay in that place too long of freaking out, because this is familiar. This happens every time. So I'm just like, yeah, this his energy still flowing around here trying to, well, if I can't have you, can't nobody else have you. And if I can't ride in your car, can't nobody else ride in your car. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But this is all my assumption. I don't know a thing. But I'm just saying this is what it seemed like happens every single time me and the narc separates. So back to the story. So I stop all the freaking out for just a second. I freaked out. At the moment that it happened, that was my only freak out, and I didn't freak out anymore about it. At this point, I start praying, which I ain't stopped praying. I've been praying. But instead of me worrying right now, because there's nothing I can actually do about it because it's late at night, all I can do is pray and ask God for guidance at this moment of what I should do for me and my family at this time. And so in the midst of us be freaking out, we don't be noticing the little tools and things that God has given us in the process. We just think, oh man, my car gone now. I'm gonna have to get a new car. I'm gonna have to do this. I'm gonna do that. And I might still have to. We don't know. But God is good. So I'm gonna keep on. So I sit there and I'm like, okay, let me see how much money I have on me. Do I have enough money to get a room if need be? So I check. Yes, I got it. So and just track with me because I'm going somewhere with it. I had funds to be able to put us in a room for the night if that happened to be one of the things we had to do. I got the finances to do so. If I broke down and the car won't start or move anymore, do I have enough money to get a tow truck to tow it to a place for me? I do. So all of that little panic that I had in the beginning, it faded away because I had to face my attention on, okay, calm down, assess the situation, and let's see what resources you have to accommodate you in this situation before you go to the it's bad. You know what I'm saying? So I got us a room for the night or whatnot, and I did not sleep good at all, like I haven't been anyway. So I did fall asleep for about an hour, and then I woke back up, couldn't get back to sleep because I got to come up with a game plan. That's just me. That's how I operate. When I'm in situations like this, I got to have a game plan some kind of way. I got to figure out at least three things that I could do if one thing don't work. I need at least 3 plans. That's just how I operate. That's me. So my first option was, since it's Sunday, not a lot of places are open or whatever, so can't go to a mechanic shop today, and I'm out of town, like I said. So, and I don't know the area too well that I'm in, so I'm following the GPS to get around this place. And so one of my options was get a U-Haul and tow the car back to home, which is out of state. Or push come to shove, I have insurance on the car. I can use the tow for whatever free miles I can get. But to sit there and keep calling the tow truck after this one dropped me off, pick the car up and take it another distance that it could take me for free, that's a process. That would just be crazy. But if I needed to do it, I was going to do it. And then the very last resort was going to be to try and get the car home the safest and the best way that I can. So I got up when I woke up from that hour nap, we'll say, it was still in the middle of the night. It was 4-day morning. I guess that's what you can call it, 4-day morning. It was still in the middle of the night. So there's nothing open. All I'm doing is just coming up with a plan. And so the places wouldn't start open up until about 10 o'clock, and then checkout is 11 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit here and try to see what else I can come up with until 10 o'clock, till it's time to go. You know what I'm saying? 9:45, whatever. So I did that. So we leave the hotel and we stop and get breakfast. So I'm saying a lot of this to say this because it's even in your mess that you're going through, sometimes we get so focused and stuck on what we're going through. There's other people out there going through worse than what you're going through. And I say that because when I get to the breakfast spot, I purchase our breakfast or whatever. Now we sit here, we're waiting on our food. A young lady walks in the building with a baby in her hands. And she walked straight to me. Now, I got car situations going on. So in your first mind, when you thinking about what you got going on, and then somebody steps to you and asks you for help, and you looking at what you got to deal with, sometimes we be like, baby, no, because see, I got car problems going on myself, so I'm going to need every dime I got. I could have did that. In that instant, when she stepped to me, even though I got this going on, I didn't think twice. The lady stepped to me and she said, can I please ask you for a favor? And when she said that, I knew she was going to ask me for some money. Well, I knew she was going to ask me for some money or something. And so she said to me, she said, my sister is supposed to be coming to pick me up. She was like, I've been in a situation or whatever. She was like, but while I'm waiting on my sister to come get me, me and my baby haven't ate. Could you please buy some food? And so since we're still in the establishment for the breakfast place, I said with no hesitation, I said, go on and order the food and I'll pay for it or whatever. Not sitting back thinking about, girl, you don't know how much it's going to cost you to get this car fixed. But you finna buy her and her child some breakfast? I didn't think twice. I just went on ahead and I did it because I'm just like, okay. And maybe this is God trying to show me something. And I'm telling you, I took that thing and I'm like, you know what? Let me see the bigger picture. Let me see the bigger picture, because back in the day, I would have been like, no, ma'am, I can't right now. I got issues going on with my car that I'm going to have to get fixed, and I don't know how much it's going to cost me. And so, no, I'm not going to be able to help you. But this time around, I was like, go ahead and order the food. That's growth for me. Because normally, even though I'm going through, I mean, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when I'm going through a tough situation where it seemed tough to me, I can't see helping nobody else. But I did it. And I felt good after I did it too. Still not worried about what it's going to take to fix my car, because I don't know how much it costs to get the problem fixed. So I go over to the auto store after we leave the breakfast spot or whatever. And I went to the first one. The first one I went to, it was weird for me because I had never experienced that before. But the person who was helping me, supposedly helping me, was not as friendly and nice at all. And I mean, they weren't making it a secret that they really did not want to do their job that day. And so, like I said, I live in another state. So here, they do this stuff for you. I go to get my check engine light checked. And this first place that I go to, the lady hands me the machine. And I'm just like, what I'm supposed to do with this? Well, I'm holding it for you to come outside or something because it's raining. So she don't want to get wet. I said it's a she who was helping me. So she works at the auto store. And I guess she didn't want to go outside and get wet because she thinks she was going to melt or whatever she thought. But yeah, she handed me the machine and told me to go put it on the car. She said, go find the thing or whatever and then hook it to the car. And I said, okay. So I'm like, I'm cool with going to hook it in there because this is the first time I'm ever doing it. So I'm finding it pretty cool. I ain't never worked one of these machines before, you know what I'm saying? So, but back in auto mechanics, I did, but this is a newer version of those machines. So it's smaller and it's nicer, So anyways, let me get back on track. So she handed me the machine. I hook it in, and luckily I knew what my thing was because I had the check engine light before, and I knew where the spot was. I seen another lady do it when she checked my check engine or whatever. So now I put it in there and I'm asking her what next. And she's standing there like I'm a professional who know what I'm doing. And she was like, now you gonna take a picture of the codes and you gonna go and put it in Google and figure out what the codes are. I say, wait a minute. So you can't go put it on the machine and that? Oh no, we don't do that. You gonna take a picture of it. Is that just how she talking to me? No. You gonna take a picture of it and you gonna go Google the codes. It's simple. It's very easy. And in my mind, I was calling her 1,000,001 different things. I ain't even gonna lie. Because for one, I'm telling you, I'm not familiar with doing this, and where I come from, they do it for us, and then you talking with this little attitude like I ain't understanding what you saying. This is just new to me, so don't come for me like that. So after she said all that or whatever, and I took the pictures, I felt so stupid. Like, girl, why is you sitting here taking all of these pictures of all these different codes and stuff and ... So I got on back in my car, and across the road was another auto store. I went over there. The lady did the same thing, handed me the machine, and then she told me once you get done running the codes, I'll print up the paper what's wrong with the car for you inside. That's what I was expecting the lady across the road to do. But she said, no, go on Google and Google it or whatever, which was not a problem, but I'm just not used to that. What if I was going to go to the auto store to Google the codes myself? I could have just bought me a machine and Googled them at home myself. I mean, you were supposed to just stick it in there, read the code, print it out the paper, or tell me what it is. Show me what it is. Nah. But anyways, we got it situated. I figured out what's wrong with the car. So I Google everything or whatever. And so now that I done figured out what's going on with the car, now my next stop is the U-Haul place to see if I can get a truck and a trailer to tow my car on home, so that way I don't cause further damage. Even though it's driving and riding still, it just ride a little rough. So get to the U-Haul place, and I actually went to two. And those two places, one didn't have a working trailer, and then the other one didn't have one at all. And so I didn't want to, leave the car, this, that, and the third. But if I had to leave the car, I would have left the car and just took a U-Haul home and then tried to figure out how I get the car back home or whatever. So what it boils down to is that I had to have faith. My faith had to be real strong. It did. I'm telling you, we prayed all the way home. So the last resort I said we was going to have to do was drive the car on home and pray all the way there. And that's exactly what we did. And what I got out of that is that God is telling me that if I could bring you through this safely and sound, I can bring you through this healing journey with your situation that you got going on. Nothing is too hard for him. There's no need to sit there and beat yourself up, feel stressed out, feel like you're not worthy of anything. I got you. Just have faith. And faith without works is dead. So pick up your faith and walk through this thing with your head held high, knowing that God is going to bring you through it. If he brought you to it, he'll bring you through it. But faith without works is dead. Work on your faith. I'm telling you, if he's doing it for me, he'll do it for you too. I really wasn't going to share the story or whatever because, you know what I'm saying, some people are saying, watch what you say, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just not going to lie to y'all. I'm going to tell y'all what I'm going through on my healing journey. I'm taking y'all with me. So if I can't tell y'all exactly what's going on in my healing journey, that's supposed to help me and you, I don't want to do this. So when things happen to me, I'm going to bring it to you guys so that way you know how to prepare yourself better for different things that happen in your journey. It ain't going to be easy. I ain't expecting it to be easy. But I'm willing to go through my journey and keep my faith alive in God or whoever it is that you serving. I'm going to keep my faith strong because that's what's going to really, really bring me out. That's what's going to really, really help me fight anything negative that's coming my way. Instead of physically fighting, I'm going to fight with prayer. I'm going to fight with faith. He going to do it. I may not go through everything that everybody else went through in their journey of healing, but I'm going to go through just what I'm supposed to go through in my healing journey. And I'm allowing you guys to come in to see me change from this person that I was when I was with that narc to the person that I'm becoming now with the help of God. Because I'm telling you, you can't do it by yourself. Don't think you can do it by yourself. If you need therapy, do therapy. I haven't done therapy. When I feel like I need to, I will. But right now, I'm telling you, I'm feeling a whole lot stronger than I was all the previous years that I went on my healing journey. And I know with this journey, this time around, there's no going back for me. God showed me what I needed to see to keep me from going back. So it ain't nothing but straightforward from here on. No more looking in the rearview mirror. All of that is the past now. I'm done with the past. I'm on to new and better. So y'all have a wonderful day. I am still tired, y'all. So I'll be back to my normal self tomorrow or whatever. And who knows, I might even post another video today or a short or something like that. But please comment, like, and share and subscribe. And y'all have a wonderful day.